Welcome to GAMEpoch, the show where I play through the history of video games in the order of their release, starting with Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo. Now I am playing Dragon Warrior on the Nintendo, and I'm back after having ground for a little bit. So I'll unpause it so you can see here. I am actually at level 7. I did take the time to do that. I had to get 450 something experience points to get there, and now I am another 340 away from the next level. It just gets tougher and tougher. It takes more and more time to get up in levels, so... Anyway, for now, and I'll just show you my status. So I've got the copper sword, the leather armor, and the small shield. I got all the money out for that, and I've got the best equipment that I can get in this town. And I got a new spell, Sleep. This will allow me to turn a bad guy to sleep. Turn him to sleep. Put him to sleep. Or her. Or it. Or she. I don't know, man. So, that'll be useful for a lot of tougher regular enemies. Or things that are just a major pain. So, yeah, so for now, I'm going to go ahead and explore some of the little area around here before I go on to the next dungeon in town. So if we hit up here... Oh, and you'll notice, I'm strong enough to freak enemies out. The weak ones will just instantly run away from me. Oh, here's a ghost. I can one-hit kill those now, it's no big deal. But sometimes they'll get a preemptive hit on me, and... sometimes I miss. So I refreshed myself a little bit and confirmed that the name of the composer for this game and this whole series is a man by the name of Koichi Sugiyama. Sheesh. So he, like Koji Kondo, is classically trained. That was his for crying out loud! That was his musical background. That is what he came in having done in the past. I also found out he did not do Portopia. I'm pretty sure it's Portopia. He did not do the music for that game. I couldn't figure out who did the music for that game, but apparently it wasn't super consequential. But he... yeah, has actually kept most of the motifs introduced in this game consistent throughout the whole series. Here's one of the bridges. I'm not really sure I'm ready to cross that bridge quite yet. Also, I'm not sure if I should be going over that bridge or another one that I'll show you in a minute. Here's the Drakey. Ooh, a critical hit against the third weakest enemy in the game. Man, these hills. Definitely the encounter rate is higher in the hills. I mean, I'm going 1 or 2 steps. Sheesh. Oh, and something I did not mention before. Was the artist behind this game. So I'll continue talking about Sugiyama-san, to use the Japanese honorifics. So I actually, he hasn't done a whole lot of other things that I know of outside of the Dragon Quest series. He's done a bunch of different games here and there. Most of them I don't know anything about. He did the music for a game called Jesus. And Jesus 2. Yeah, he's a series runner for the Jesus games. I don't know those games. I just saw them on a list of games that he did, and it cracked me up. Oh, so here, by the way, over in this area, that's a cave! Like what we saw down south, but beyond a mountain range I couldn't get through. But here is a cave that I am going to go into very soon. Although I think I'll go into the town first. So here's this town. So I'll go ahead and come here first. Garin, a wandering minstrel of legendary fame, is said to have built this town. So this was built by Garin, a wandering minstrel. Welcome, we deal in tools. What can I do for thee? What dost thou want? Same as the other place. I think they're even the same prices, so... nice to have that close to the cave if I need it, although I don't think I do. Many believe that Princess Graelian is hidden away in a cave. I actually think that they're right. Also, it's weird that there's a desert spot in this town. I have heard of one named Nestor. Dost thou know such a one? I don't. Ooh, a new weapon shop. We deal in weapons and armor. Dost thou wish to buy anything today? What dost thou wish to buy? I could get a hand axe. Wow, that's expensive. I could get chainmail or a half plate or a large shield. Prices jump like crazy in this game. Just like experience levels between levels start to get really high. Every time you get to a new town, the stuff that you need to buy is just so much more expensive. I don't really feel like buying anything. I'd rather save up for a shield or a half plate. Or the axe. I just don't know. Welcome to Garanham. May thy stay be a peaceful one. Thank you very much. That's very sweet. It is said that the princess was kidnapped and taken eastward. Ah, that's a good clue. Thank you for that. I can't get through there, I'm pretty sure. Thou hast not a key to use. Okay. And an inn. How much does this one cost? 25! Jeez. It's a ways to walk to get to the first inn. Never mind the castle where I can just get my MP for free. So, it's debatable whether that's worth it or not. Like, if you're absolutely hosed and you're out of MP and you don't know you're going to survive the trip back because you're out of items and your HP's low, you know, maybe you might consider going there, staying here instead, but shouldn't be an issue for me now. I'm a tad over level from what I understand, but I'm probably still going to have a challenge. So yeah, it looks like there's nothing terribly interesting in that town except more crazy stuff I could buy. Man, I'm having a really crazy high encounter rate this playthrough. Okay, so Sugiyama also did the music. The only other game I knew, and there's the bridge down here. So I may need to head east instead to try to find the princess, and I think that's what I'm going to want to do first. Maybe south is where I'd have to go to get to the Dragon Lord. Anyway, let's go in here, since my health is... Okay, now these guys are tough. A magician. My tactic is to cast Hurt on him, hope it kills him, it never does, and hope he doesn't cast Hurt, and hope he doesn't do that much damage. I mean, this just sucks. And of course I miss. When he hits with his normal attacks, it doesn't do very much damage, so it's fine, you know? And they give a lot of gold, and a good amount of experience, so it's nice to fight those guys, but... I'm in a cave. This sucks if you don't have a torch. It's still kind of unpleasant. Oh wow, I haven't heard this music in so long. I'm gonna just take it upon myself to randomly search places. Wow, this is crazy. I'm sorry, this is taking me back. It's also, I think I heard this. Oh, there's some stairs. I'm not fighting anything. I'm not sure that there's anything to fight in here. This might just be like an introductory cave where it's like, this is the kind of crap you're gonna have to deal with, so prepare yourself. Oh, so in Dragon Quest VIII, which I've actually played a lot more of than any of the others in the series. In fact, aside from this game, and I played a lot of Dragon Warrior 2, but I never finished it. I've never played any of the others at all. So Dragon Quest VIII I actually got a lot of the way through, but I was like super exhaustively completing everything in that, and when I took a break for a little bit of time, it ended up becoming a very long time, and I completely lost connection and track with everything that had happened in the game, and I just gave up on my progress. I mean, that takes a long time to do stuff in that game. Yes, thank you. So, that's the problem with these games that are long and grueling and grind-heavy like this, is... This is so... It's not really tempting to want to go back and play again. Ooh, a treasure chest. Search. Mystic searched the ground all about. There is a treasure box. Oh, take, duh. Fortune smiles upon thee, Mystic. Thou hast found the tablet. The tablet reads as follows. I am Erdrick, and thou art my descendant. You know, any old person with a torch could have just wandered in here and found this tablet. You're kind of taking a chance that someone of your descendants, someone of your heritage, was actually going to be the one to do that. I don't know, really shoddy logic on your part, Erdrick. 3 items were needed to reach the Isle of Dragons, which is south of Brecconary. I gathered these items, reached the island, and there defeated a creature of great evil. Now, I have entrusted 3 items to 3 worthy keepers. Their descendants will protect the items until thy quest leads thee to seek them out. When a new evil arises, find the 3 items, then fight. Do I have that tablet? Doesn't look like it. Well, because I remember that guy in Breckenary being like, do you have proof that you're Erdrick's descendant? And that tablet would... I'm guessing would constitute proof, even though the entire concept is ridiculous because I just found it in a cave. The only cave in this entire area. Just sitting there. There was nothing, there was like no blood donation or ritual I had to do to get that, to prove the genetics. Nope, just opened a box and took stuff and called it good. So that's kind of nice. That gives me a little more grand game context. It really tries to seal the deal that you are definitely Erdrick's descendant, who was the great hero. It gives you a tiny bit of backstory and tells you about the magic artifacts. It's like, it's always part of the hero's story, the hero's journey, that there's got to be some kind of magic artifact. And in this, it was, I guess... Excuse me. I guess it was the... Oh, before I do that. The Ball of Light that the Dragon Lord stole, but also these 3 special items, whatever they are. That lady up top doesn't have a head. That can't be easy to breathe with. Art thou the descendant of Erdrick? Has thou any proof? Apparently not. Well, there went 20 bucks down the drain. Oh. Ah. In most RPGs from this point on, when you pick an item, sometimes even a spell or whatever, it will give you the option to look at it, like observe it, or figure out what it is or what it does before you say to use it. Am I fully healed? Yes. Oh, I feel stupid. I'm gonna have to buy an herb to make up for that. I should have bought an herb while I was in town. Man, I'm scatterbrained tonight. Alright. I am... Okay, so the other game that Sugiyama composed that I knew of is an Enix game called Evo. Short for, or Evo, but we call him, you say Evo most of the time. It's short for Evolution, and it actually is like a history of the world, starting off as like a... I don't know if you start off as a single-celled organism. I don't think it takes it as far back as like Spore or something, but it definitely... You start off as like a really, like a fishy kind of a creature, and you like are trying to get through kind of regular platformer stages, but all underwater. And then as you beat enemies and kill them, you get like Evo points, and you can evolve to gain feet, fins, teeth, and stuff like that. And then eventually you can reach the next stage of evolution and get onto the surface. And then there's like several sections that are like that. I'm gonna have to get both of these, an herb and another torch, just in case. I'm pretty sure that a torch only lasts for the dungeon that you use it in, because, well, I don't know. I haven't tested that yet. I apologize for yawning, but I have to make my episodes at night, because I got a full-time job, and I got a family, and I take care of, you know, so I do it when I can. Well, I'm gonna head east, I guess. Cross the bridge and see what terrors await me. Evo was an interesting game. I kind of liked it. I actually didn't beat it. I watched, when I was a lot younger, when I was visiting my grandparents, who lived in New Jersey. I'm in a new section, let's see how scary this is. One time I was visiting at the same time as my cousin, and he's a huge gamer just like I am. He had a Super Nintendo, and I didn't. Oh, this is just down here. Interesting, they're connected to each other. Maybe it won't be a huge jump in difficulty right away. And he ended up, either he or our aunt, she was always spoiling me. She rented 2 games, and we each got to pick which game he would let me play on his system from time to time. I picked Secret of Mana, and I don't regret that. I still love that game in a lot of ways. Love that game. Although, and this is a controversial opinion, I actually like Secret of Evermore more. To some people, those are fighting words, but I don't know. That game has a special place in my heart. No, don't do that. Come on. Kill him, please. Ay. And he rented Evo. So I actually watched him play that, and I actually still couldn't read very well. That's how young I was. And it seemed to me like he was reading super fast. He was just like progressed through the text like way faster than I could keep up. So I don't know if he was actually reading it or if he was just like, I don't care, skip. Which also drives me crazy. If you haven't read something before, that you would just skip it. Just read it! Anyway, so I would play Secret of Mana, he would play Evo, and he actually got all the way to the end, and I watched him beat it. When I would play it later, I had to emulate it. I wasn't able to get my hands on a real copy after that. Oh, there's a cave down there. Oh, I think I recognize this. I think you'll see. I think that's the cave. That's a special cave. Alright, let's explore this area now that I'm past 2 bridges, and I'm still fighting the same old guys, so pretty sure eastward was definitely the right way to go. Let's see what this area... Ooh, new thing. Scorpion. I remember these things being tougher. 4. Not too bad. 7. Oh, he's got 12 hit points at least. Okay, so he's got at least 12 hit points. Well, 13, because I would have killed him at 12. There's a desert. Ooh, Magic Drakey. Doesn't seem to be much stronger, although I think these things actually cast yeah. Ooh. That's a little scary. Please die. 5 and 10. So, Evo was cool. I have planned to play that in this series, so should be doing that. Okay, I'll see if I can kill you a little faster this time. Yeah, if I can just get lucky enough for these things to cast spells as little as possible, I'll be okay. These and the magicians. Good gold from them, that's good. I'm gonna cast Hurt just to see if this helps. 12, yeah, right off the bat. I'm doing more damage, so that's probably a good idea. Alright, 6 and 13. So the Scorpions are giving me the most experience in gold right now. Critical. So yeah, that's the only thing, and I don't remember the music in that game. So I've only played it like 1 or 2 times. So, I mean, it hasn't really had a chance to be super memorable. Sheesh, I'm really getting hurt. 5! Okay, that one time I did like 12, and that time the spell did 4. Sheesh. Get my butt kicked. Scorpions, man, they suck. Now, one of the interesting things about Sugiyama that I learned in my research is that he apparently has been fairly politically active and has had some interesting positions. Like criticizing anybody who focuses on the Nanking Massacre? Whoa, skeleton. I'm gonna cast Hurt. Because that thing is scaring me. Yikes! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Please kill it. Please kill it. Please kill it. Please kill it. Killed me. No! I'm gonna lose all that gold! Ah ha 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 ha! No, it shouldn't have. I'm Oh. Ooh, that's not worth it. I saved, so... yeah, let's go ahead and pause. I'll get back to that point and... Oh, shoot! Okay, I'm gonna pause right here. Pause. Okay. I actually didn't take long at all to get back here. I just didn't fight nearly as many battles. Also wasn't wandering around as much. So I'm gonna explore north instead, just to see. Alright, now that I've, well, so, continuing with the topic about, Sugiyama. I find that a little, strange. That he was really, like, negative about people talking about the Nanking Massacre. He's argued that, claims against... a lot of historical claims about how many people were hurt, he says are unfair and biased against the Japanese and stuff. And he's an old guy. He's in his 70s at this point, so he was probably he was alive, I think, during World War II. So I think that all happened after the Nanking Massacre. So I don't know if he was old enough for that, but I was just wondering if maybe he felt like connected to that area and is sympathetic toward or something, but I don't know. I can't really express too much of an opinion because I'm no historian and I'm not super well versed on that whole topic. Hey, look, stairs on the world map. That's interesting. I forgot that they had that in this. That's not normal to see. He's done other things politically of less consequence, but anyway, I found that interesting. He helped to popularize video game concerts live, and oh, I remember this room. Thy bravery must be proven. Thus I propose a test. There is a silver harp that beckons to the creatures of the Dragon Lord. Bring this to me, and I will reward thee with the Staff of Rain. I think I remember the Staff of Rain. I don't remember how to use it, what it's for, though. I don't think you would use it as a weapon. I feel like there was something on the ground in here. I'm gonna have to look that up later, because I don't feel like taking the time to search every spot right now. So I'm gonna have to remember that for later. I'm almost guessing that that Staff of Rain might be one of those 3 items that Erdrick mentioned in his genealogical tablet. Anyway, that's enough for Sugiyama, because, like, aside from the fact that he's ridiculously famous in Japan for the music in this series, and apparently inspired even Nobuo Uematsu, the guy who's the genius behind the Final Fantasy music. I don't know, like, the fact that his music hasn't spread very much beyond that series, just, to me, is a little less impactful. In fact, I would say his biggest impact is the fact that he inspired someone as incredible as Nobuo, who has contributed a ton of new music with every entry in the Final Fantasy series, as compared to what I know from the Dragon Quest series, where I don't know of a whole lot of new music that's brought in from later games, but I'm also not as experienced with the later games, so that's probably just my own experience. Oh, look, a forest town. That's pretty cool. This is the village of Cole. I don't think it's Koi, I think it's Cole. Please, save us from the minions of the Dragon Lord. Dreadful is the South Island. Great strength and skill and wit only will bring thee back from that place. Alright, I think I read that a little awkwardly. Golem is afraid of the music of the flute, so 'tis said. So I gotta find a flute for a golem. Nice Jewish legend. Hast thou seen Nestor? I think he may need help. Who is Nestor? Who is this guy? Mystic searched the ground, but there found nothing. Can I talk to the water? Nope. This bath cures rheumatism. What? Okay, I don't care for this, but See how I'm now hurt? Though thou art as brave as thy ancestor, Mystic, thou cannot defeat the great Dragon Lord with such weapons. Thou shouldst come here again. Are you kidding me? Okay, and now I'm hurt by 6 health just to be scolded by some old dude. Probably can't lift a stick. East of Hoxness, there is a town, 'tis said, where one may purchase weapons of extraordinary quality. Hoxness. Don't know what that is. Another place. Ooh, a full plate. That may be the only difference here, is that there's a full plate instead. I think I probably want to eventually save up for this, but I mean, it's 3,000 gold. Gosh, I want the hand axe, I just don't have enough for that. I certainly don't have enough for a half plate. Please come again. Yeah, I freaking gouger. Hello, old man. In legend it is said that fairies know how to put Golem to sleep. So, since someone else said I gotta use a flute, I think I need to find fairies to find the flute. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, I know the secret here. But I can't remember the exact... 1, 2, 3... No, stop it! Oh, jeez, I can't... Yes! I did it! That's totally cheating! I remember this from a long, long, long time ago. Mystic discovers the fairy flute. So I'm pretty sure that Mystic blew the fairy's flute. But nothing happened. Do I still have it? Oh, gee. Man, I am just so sloppy with this menu. Yeah, I still got it. I still got it. So, I think the fairies tell you, like, the clue is to go to the fountain and walk 4 steps down. Art thou the descendant of Urgic? Hast thou any proof? Oh, move! All these people that are trying to figure out who my parents are and wanting to prove it. Why? Why does that matter to you? Why are you even asking in the first place? Do you suspect I am? Can you please come out? Yeah, now move out of the way. Yeah! Now, I don't have a key for that, so I can't get in there. Rimuldar is the place to buy keys. Oh, okay, so now I have an idea of a town where I can buy keys. That's nice. Hast thou been to the southern island? Yes, even though I haven't. I have heard that powerful enemies live there. Oh, what else do you say for no? I think the southern island is supposed to be where the Dragon Lord is? To the south, I believe there's a town called Rimuldar, and I'm supposed to buy keys there. Welcome, we deal in tools. What can I do for thee? Wings! That's probably a good idea. Oh, gosh, it's expensive. I will buy them just to have them, even though it's going to take me longer to get the money I need for equipment and stuff. I mean, so you can see the problem with this. I spent a lot of time, a couple hours, walking around and grinding just to get to level 7 and to get 400, almost 500 gold. Of course, then I wasted it by being an idiot and using my herb and having to replace it. Herb, if I spoke English correctly, in the opinion of British. How hurt am I? I'm just gonna fight. Yeah. But still, I mean, it took all that time just to get to that far, and I still have so much money I need to raise to get all the equipment I need. I mean, how much do I need to save up? 3,000 plus 500, so that's 3,560 plus however much it was for that other shield. I mean, that's nuts! 10 times as much gold as I have now, and I took a long time leveling up to get to this point. It's just like, what do you want from me? It's just freaking ridiculous. I don't think there's anything over there. I better do this, because this can hurt a lot. Please? Good. Now, the artist for this game, and this whole series, did I do 19 damage and he still isn't dead? Holy crap. This thing has a ton of health. Alright, what's down here? Nothing. Okay. Well, I have found the limits to this area. I've got a new town, and up over there I need to bring a harp, and I'll get a Staff of Rain. That's a town where I've got some expensive equipment to get, and here's a cave that I'm not prepared to go into. I think I want to at least get the axe, and maybe that better shield, which I don't remember how much it costs. Please don't cast Hurt. Oh, he cast Hurt. No! Can I run? I'm using it. Wow, nice. That healed me a lot. Stop it! The artist for this game in this series goes by the name of Akira Toriyama. A lot of people will be familiar with that name because he is the writer and animator, or artist behind Dragon Ball. That is his claim to fame. Pretty sure that he was chosen because of Dragon Ball. I think. I actually can't, I can't confirm that. But from what I understand, Dragon Ball came out before the development on this game started. So, Yuji Horii wanted to bring alive the visuals with a style that was able to be lighthearted and a little more colorful, while still being pleasant to look at. And something that all ages could appreciate, not just the older folk. And also, because like all the Western role-playing games at the time were all very, you know, advanced, high fantasy art and stuff, you know, like the Conan the Barbarian art and crap like that. Like, that's all you would ever see. He wanted something that was a little more accessible, I guess, and felt like Toriyama's art style would be the right way to go about that. I don't disagree with that. I really like Toriyama's style, personally. I think it's great. I think it's fun. I like Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, especially Z, the show, is, like, I can admit that it's awful. Because it's just so long and drawn out, and it's ridiculous, and it's silly and tropey. Oh, before I do this, I noticed on, earlier, I forgot to go up here. But, so yeah, Akira Toriyama did the art for this. He also did the art for Chrono Trigger, which was made by... Oh, I can't go there. Well, then what am I thinking? Maybe I have to go out a locked door. That's probably it. Let me just double check. And I love the style in Chrono Trigger. I love everything about Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is my favorite game of all time. It was my favorite game from the moment I saw it in action. But that's a long ways from now. That's like another 9 years in the future from this playthrough, so we'll get there. And I've played that game 100 times. I love it to death. Oh. So, Toriyama has done all the art in this series. He also did the art for Blue Dragon, which he worked on with, again, Nobuo Uematsu, who did some of the music for Chrono Trigger, and Hironobu Sakaguchi, who's the head and the producer for Final Fantasy up until shortly after 10, because the Final Fantasy movie bombed badly, and he left, / I'm pretty sure he was let go. I don't know if that was really his fault or not. I was kind of surprised that nobody went to see it in theaters. I saw it the day it came out. I made my whole family go with me. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. It was a good movie. It was not great. And it was not what Final Fantasy should have been, so don't get me wrong. But, it was good. It was enjoyable. And it was pretty. Man, it was pretty. But no, not appropriate for Final Fantasy. I'm just surprised at how badly it tanked. I don't really understand it. I still don't. And it's a real shame because Final Fantasy went straight to the pits after that. Kingdom Hearts, I think, was the last game that he helped work on, and I think that the first one is probably the most solid entry in that whole series. And that's... Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are... I like them both fairly much the same for different reasons, and those are kind of tied for Chrono Trigger as my favorite games of all time, but I don't know, I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. But yeah, I mean, after that he left and he formed Mistwalker, I think, it's his studio, and he made Blue Dragon with Akira Toriyama doing the art again, just like in Chrono Trigger. And in Chrono Trigger, Hironobu Sakaguchi and Yuji Horii of Dragon Quest worked on the game together. Chrono Trigger is the culmination of the best of the best of the JRPG world. it's no wonder it's such an amazing game. Even today, that game is... I cannot not gush about Chrono Trigger. Anyway, so... I like his art style, Toriyama's. Despite the fact, I mean, pretty much every artist, for the most part, every famous Japanese mangaka, you know, manga artist, or... If you don't know, manga is the Japanese comic book or visual novel, graphic novel, or not visual novel, graphic novel or comic book kind of thing. And mangaka are manga artists. And usually the manga artists are also the story writers and dialogue writers for their comics, but not always, usually. And most of those artists, you know, have a style that's recognizable. And unfortunately, it means you can really recognize a character by their style just by looking at it and go like, well, that looks like everything they've ever done. Which is a bit of a shame, but I don't know, I don't really have a problem with that, per se. But, I mean, because, you know, Miyazaki has an extremely recognizable style, but I like it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think if you have a look and a feel that is yours, and that's recognizable and is pleasant, and that allows you to really express yourself as an artist and a storyteller, great! I don't have a problem with that. So, anyway, I like the art, the designs and stuff in this game. It's just fun. It takes a lot of... What's interesting is that a lot of the Dungeons & Dragons monsters were kind of not really included in this game, which Final Fantasy did the opposite of. Most of the monsters in Final Fantasy were taken right out of Gygax's imagination. Right out of the monster manual. It's fine, you know. Why am I here? I don't have enough money for anything. Anything! Oh, how much does the inn cost? I might as well check that while I'm here. It's probably expensive as balls. So I don't even think it's worth it. 20. Oh, it's cheaper than the other place. That's not bad. I just wish you could save. In Final Fantasy, you could save at every inn. Anyway, we'll get to Final Fantasy when it comes to it. I grew up much more involved in Final Fantasy, although I actually didn't really play a lot of the Final Fantasies, besides the first one, until 7 and 8 and 9 on the PlayStation. I still played 3 or 6, especially, and 2 somewhat. Well, 4. But I really got into the Final Fantasy series, like, hardcore in the PlayStation era, and I still think that those are the most solid, along with 6, in the entire series. 9 is my favorite. Just, I can't get around that. But I also grew up with the games, with 1 and 6 especially, so... I appreciated the anthology style of 9 and all of its callbacks, or throwbacks to the old series and stuff. So at this point, I'm kind of just gonna need to take a whole crapload of time grinding again, so that I can get more powerful equipment, and so that I can get into that cave down there and feel like I'll be safe to explore. So I think it's safe for me to call this episode good, and I'm gonna take some time grinding, and so you guys will be spared probably several hours worth of grinding. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but when you see me next, hopefully it won't be several days like the last time, I apologize for that. When you see me next, I should be hopefully a couple levels ahead, with better equipment, and feeling confident, maybe even a couple more spells. At least one, you know, we'll see. So anyway, thanks for checking out GAMEpoch. I am glad that you came. Please feel free to subscribe and share this with other people. I really appreciate it. I like having people watch my stuff. It makes me feel like this is worth it. I'm enjoying it, but I like knowing that people are hearing me. You know, it feels good. So, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. And I will see you in the next video. This is MystikDan signing out. Bye.